Hey, my friends, I am thinking about y'all for New Year's Day because it may be, just maybe, that you had a late night the night before, bringing in the new year, and maybe one or two adult beverages too much. So I want to help you on what you're going to have to eat on New Year's Day. And I'm fixing to share with y'all a recipe that is a Swiss chard, black-eyed pea, let me get it right, black-eyed pea and rice casserole. And you can make this ahead of time and just throw it in the oven on New Year's Day. And I also want to come up with y'all a good cold dip, you know, using the things that for luck, wealth, and health. Getting all those things in there. So I'm going to start with our casserole by adding water, my water, and brown rice, and frozen black-eyed peas. And they have a way now that they flash freeze the vegetables, and the frozen vegetables are really so good. Maybe the only one I don't like frozen is maybe a green bean, but the rest are really, really, really good. All right, so I've got some red pepper flakes I'm gonna put in there. And I've got some salt. And I've got some butter. And we're gonna bring this to a boil, and then we're gonna cut it down and cover it and cut it down, and we're gonna let it cook for about 20 minutes or until the rice is done. You know, rice, it takes 18 to 20 minutes every time. So, as soon as it starts boiling, I'm gonna cut down the temperature, cover it, and let it have a nice slow bath. I wanna go ahead while I've got my spray out, and I'm using a 3-quart casserole dish to cook this in. Now while we're waiting on that to get hot, I'm gonna go ahead and saute our Swiss chard along with a little olive oil. Just a little. And I think I've got like 12 cups of Swiss chard. And it's so pretty. I love the red in it. Don't you, Eddie?
Yes.
So pretty. Now we really just want to wilt this. You know, it won't take 5 or 6 minutes to accomplish that. And while we're waiting on that, I'm going to cut up my bacon. And remember, I always advise, you see how this bacon is cooked? I love it like this. A lot of people want it real crispy. But when I'm putting it in another dish, I like for it to be undercooked a little bit because there's still enough fat left in this bacon, even though it's been cooked, to flavor our dish. And to me, that's just real important. So I'm doing it the easy way with my scissors. Now I'm gonna add 5 cloves of fresh chopped garlic. Now, I didn't want to put that in my pan first because, you know, garlic can burn real bad. And fast, it can burn real fast. All right, our Swiss chard is wilted. And so now I'm just going to stir my bacon into this. And when our rice is done, we're going to mix this in the rice and put it in the oven. It looks real good, doesn't it? I think that would make a good dip right there with a little cream cheese. Okay. Step 1. Step 2 is done. Step 1 is not. Now, while step 1 is not done yet, step 2 and 3 is done. So now this is the final step that I'm going to do while we are waiting on our rice. And I've got breadcrumbs. In fact, the recipe calls for just breadcrumbs. But I love mixing some panko. You know, it just gives it a little bit more character or something. More depth. I don't know. I love panko. That's the bottom line. And when I do use just breadcrumbs, I like to put it in my food processor, you know, and make my own breadcrumbs. But that's just me. Now I'm going to put just enough butter in here to coat all of our breadcrumbs. You know, you could go ahead and just put it like this on the casserole, but you will never, ever get that butter on each and every crumb. So this way you can make sure that everybody gets their fair share of butter. All right, my butter's melted. So I'm just gonna stir our breadcrumbs and our panko around in the pan and get them all buttered. And if you find you didn't put enough butter, not a problem, because I know where I keep my butter. So you just add a little bit more until each grain has got a little butter. All right. Our water has been absorbed. Our rice is still just a teeny bit crunchy. To me, you have to cook brown rice just a little bit longer. But it's still gonna have 30 minutes in the oven. So I'm not too worried about it. I think it'll finish right up beautifully. So we're gonna add our garlic, bacon, Swiss chard to our beans and our rice. And we're gonna stir those together. And like I said, make these the day before or, you know, even 2 days before. Okie dokie, smoky. I've sprayed my pan. And now I'm gonna put it, oh, Michael, just in time. Would you hold that side of the pan? My strength is not what it used to be. Thank you, perfect.
Yum.
I'm gonna keep an eye on this because if I think it's getting too dry, I'm not afraid to add a little liquid to it. But we're gonna cook it at 350 for about 30 minutes. And I've got my buttered panko and breadcrumb mixture. And I'm gonna have some left over, I think, for my next casserole, which is great. I'll just put it in the refrigerator and use it when I need it. Y'all, this is so tasty. It's been a long time since I have made this. It's out of this world. And the crunch of the panko. The only thing I might recommend to y'all is you might want to use a little bit more water than what the recipe calls for. Or you could even add, when you got all your ingredients mixed up, you could also add like a half a cup of heavy cream or half and half, which would give you a little bit more moisture, but this is wonderful. And like I said, if you make it the day before, which I highly recommend, you may have to cook it a little bit longer than the directions say, because it's been in the refrigerator. But you'll definitely want to take it out and let it sit on the counter for about 30 minutes, and that'll help. This is so tasty. So there you go. Love and best dishes, y'all. Hey y'all, it's Paula Deen. Now, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it and click the subscribe button as well as the notification bell to be alerted when I post a video. Love and best dishes, y'all.